One, two, three, four.
Music is a multitude of things. It is more than a sound, a ringtone, background noise, or an art form. Music is a gateway to anger, bliss, exhilaration, solidarity, and so much more. For a moment in time, you are brought into a world where the artist presents the listener with an array of thoughts, memories, and ideologies, with instrumentation serving as a guide, a roadmap, and an hourglass all in one. These projects can be looked at as time capsules. Those can reminisce or find themselves on a train ride where the route is unsure, but what is definite is the fact that you will be taken somewhere. But with art being subjective, it creates different stances, attachments, and sentimental value across all people. Today I highlight Compton-based rapper, poet, and cultural influence Kendrick Lamar in his third major studio album, 2017's offering, Damn. A tale of upbringing, various worldly topics, and how they affect his life at the moment. Through this 14-track body of work, we take a look at the impact and the integration of these compositions into the lives of everyday people. I'm Aubrey, and this is The Audio Affection.
I wanna be with you, ay. I wanna be with, I wanna be with you, ay. I wanna be with, I wanna be with you. Me just love me.
Kendrick Lamar's Damn appeared April 14, 2017, my senior year of high school. Throughout my years at ETHS, Kendrick Lamar was regarded highly as the greatest rap artist alive, due to his musical presence, lyrical prowess, and impact amongst the youth through various projects. This album was highly anticipated and did not disappoint, as it would go on to win Best Rap Album at the Grammys that year, sell 603,000 units first week, and it would go on to award Lamar with the Pulitzer Prize, making him the first rap artist to win that award. This album's success was due to a mix of mainstream appeal through catchy and lush production, but also meaningful and thought-provoking topics that provide insight to Kendrick Lamar's views and mindset. To understand the impact that this album had on the public, I interviewed two friends of mine that were in the same grade as I when Damn came out. First off, I introduced my friend Eric Sherrod, California native and producer under the name Shay Rowdy. As we are both major music enthusiasts, I had to ask about the impact that this album had on him, and what songs or song connected with him the most. With Kendrick and Eric both being from California, I had to see if the messages that were relayed from Lamar provided different meaning for those who resided in the same state, compared to one that is listening from Chicago or anywhere else. So, the album we're talking about today is, as you know, Damn by Kendrick Lamar. We were in high school when that came out. That was like our senior year of high school.
Senior year, yeah.
Senior year of high school. So before we get into the actual album, like, what does Kendrick as an artist and as a person mean to you from the duration of high school? Like, take me through all 4 years of high school. What did Kendrick mean? Leading up to that project, what was it like? What was your relationship with Kendrick's music?
I feel like I might have been like a late bloomer with Kendrick. I had gotten into rap music a little bit later, maybe around like seventh grade or eighth grade. And so all I had known of Kendrick was just like that he was the top three with like Drake and J. Cole. Of course, I love Drake and J. Cole. So when around senior year, junior year, like when like Backseat Freestyle and All Right, and some of those songs I had heard already, those ones got me pretty excited to hear some new stuff from Kendrick. I actually remember like the day where I was the day that Humble first came out. I was at my friend Cam's house and we were just scrolling on YouTube and we saw this random song called Humble was uploaded like 20 minutes ago, and we're like, is this fake? And then we clicked on it and then we saw the video and realized, oh, this is like an album rollout. So that was like the first album from him that I was like a part of, like the release. It was super exciting. And now I love Kendrick. Damn's my favorite album from him. So I was listening to it a few days ago.
the entire track list. Everything about it is great, but if there's a specific song out of that, what's the song that you go back to that's like your standout song from that tape or for that album?
I feel like the one that I've been going back to a lot, I'm looking at it right now, especially this past couple weeks, has been Fear. Fears, I'd go Fear, God, or Yeah. Those are my top three right now. Duckworth is so cool, but that's just like on the production side of me. Like that beat is amazing. That's those four, I guess. But all the songs are amazing. Like I could listen to it whenever I like, and I would not skip any song.
For sure. So, what is it about Fear that makes that one like the number one choice for you?
Yeah, right now, and recently I've been going to see my therapist, and we've been talking a lot about my fear to overcome challenges in my life, whether those being put in place by external factors like society or my work, or fears that are blocking me that are my own insecurities. And you know, in the beginning of the song, he's rapping about like when he was a kid and he's like, you know, coming home from hanging out with his friends, and he like turns the TV up too loud. His mom's like, fucking hit you if it's too loud. Like, I'll beat your ass if you get the new shoes dirty. I'll beat your ass if I catch you with some girl. And it's like, that's not, I wouldn't say it was that intense for me growing up, but it was definitely like, I'm gonna fear my parents, if anything. So that was really, that resonated a lot with me, especially recently.
Kendrick looks at Fear as some of the best verses that he's ever written. He considers them to be very honest, considering that he's going through a time lapse of his childhood. From 7 to 17 to 27, he goes over the things that he was constantly told to be fearful of, whether it's bringing a girl home or getting shoes dirty or not doing good in school or not eating all of his dinner. Things like that made him very fearful of the consequences, and that type of fear stuck with him. And as he got older, he realized that he would encounter new fears that were on a greater scale than just the simple not doing good in school or coming home and misbehaving. In verse 4 of the song, he discusses fears as an artist, fears of losing creativity or losing loyalty from the people that he came up with. Kendrick ties the major themes of loyalty, pride, and humbleness into this song, as well as repeating the words, "Whatever happens on earth stays on earth," meaning that when you die, you can't take the feelings that you carry on earth with you. When you die, you start over. It's a clean slate. And after that, you go from there.
Fear losing creativity, I'm talking fear. Fear missing out on you and me, I'm talking fear. Fear losing loyalty from pride, cause my DNA won't let me involve in the light of God, I'm talking fear. Fear that my humbleness is gone, I'm talking fear. Fear that love ain't living here no more, I'm talking fear. Fear that is wickedness or weakness. Fear, whatever it is, both is distinctive. Fear, what happens on earth stays on earth, and I can't take these feelings with me, so hopefully they disperse. Within 14 tracks, carried out over wax, searching for resolutions until somebody get back. Fear.
This next interview was conducted with one of my best friends, Christian. He has an expansive music taste, going from Fall Out Boy to Frank Ocean to Kendrick Lamar, Chief Keef, and everyone in between. He analyzes music a lot differently from a lot of people that I know, which made this interview a lot more interesting to conduct. The key components of these interviews is to show you how music is subjective and how it affects everyone differently. But through Christian's interview, we see that these messages can transcend just us, and it allows us to focus on the bigger picture and the bigger problems at hand, the things that sometimes we might not be comfortable talking about. So, you listened to the whole album, and out of all the tracks, what was the song that resonated with you that was like, you know what, everything that he has been talking about on this entire album, this is the song that's like, I had to go back a couple times to like really to get that feeling again of what I just heard. What was that song for you?
Had to be Triple X John with the YouTube feature.
Mm-hmm.
Man, at that time too in my life, I had gotten a lot more into activism and Black activism specifically. So like the conversation in the album is about like gun violence, and it's like, oh yeah, folks out in the streets, he's talking about like how the government's like throwing these, like they're the ones moving the guns. We not pulling the guns out of the air. It's not no GTA. We don't got the weapon wheel. You feel me?
Right.
Folks just not getting the fucking fully automatic from Tommy down the street.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's Fed funded. You feel me?
Right.
And so it was like this thing of like, and then also the duality of him. Oh, I got to go speak at this. You know, I just go to this like convention. You feel me? He's talking about gun violence. And at the same time, he got his homie calling him, yo, they killed my son. I know you in a place where like you disconnected from the violence. What can I do? And it's like, even as far as you can be disconnected from the violence, if it comes to you, you're not gonna respond with peace. You feel me? Like no one's gonna respond with, oh, we gotta pray it out. Folks came and shoot my homie. I'm not like, oh man, we had, like folks don't want to just have the vision of and move on with their lives. They want something that folks got to be persecuted. You feel me? And if the law not gonna do it, which is the case for a lot of, you know what I'm saying, young Black people, folks had to do it themselves. And it's just like, it speaks to that like mindset of, especially growing up when we grow up, you feel me? It's like a very talk it out kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like they teach Black history, they talk about MLK and how he liked to talk to folks.
Right.
I got lucky enough where I got to take like an African American studies class, and the teacher was very open about the education fumbles real, you know, coverage on Black history. And it's fucked up, but it's like the world we live in, so we have to take it upon ourselves to get in there. You know what I'm saying?
So, hearing that song and taking in the entire album, but that song specifically, do you have any standout lines from that song that's like, yeah, that really drove the message home? Because usually with a song, like there'll be a couple lines where you hear them and you're just, yo, he said that and that meant something. So was there anything in that?
Like I was saying, like that little interlude piece was real big for me, just because like the contrast of it. It was just really, it was just something about that, like, you know, like him, like being in a space where all you can really do is speak on the matter, like you can't do anything, but also you got people in the cut, like still living like that. It's in the third verse, that third beat change. He talks about, it's nasty when you set us up and roll the dice and bet us up. You overnight the big rifles and tell Fox to be scared of us. You know, who you think is bringing these big arms into the city, cuz? Like,
nasty when you set us up and roll the dice to bet us up. You overnight the big rifles then tell Fox to be scared of us.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just go out and buy the kind of weapons folks are dying to, you know what I'm saying? Especially en masse and unregistered. You feel me? Like someone's moving them, and Lil Tony that just got fired from the Target, you know what I'm saying, ain't the one calling the arms dealers up. Talking about, hey bro, come through with this. Right. We know who has the reach to get these kind of arms, and somehow we don't know how it gets to the people. Hey, okay.
Like I mentioned before, music is a train ride. The train ride that passes through thoughts of fear, fears of lost loyalty, humbleness, and many more emotions. The ride that takes the mind off of the negative and can bring you moments of bliss, or a connection to negativity in hopes to show you that you aren't alone in your feelings. Sometimes it may not bring you anywhere, while showing you that you aren't supposed to go anywhere, and that you belong where you are. Each route can be a simple CTA trip, Six Flags roller coaster ride, or a simple bike ride around the block. But what happens when the ride ends? Well, lucky for you, there's another one just waiting for you. Kendrick showed us that through this album. And there's many more that can do that. I'm Aubrey, and this was the Audio Affection.
This what God feel like. Yeah. Laughing to the bank like yeah. don't swole like yeah. You feel some type of way, then yeah.